In this video, we're going to talk about how to save The Expanse after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and you may have heard that The Expanse is being dropped for its 4th season by the Sci-Fi Network. It is in its 3rd season right now and doing pretty well, but as we said a couple of weeks ago in a video, it has fallen into that area that so many sci-fi shows have done. It just becomes too expensive for its host network to afford. As we've talked about how the economy works with television programs, generally half of the cost is brought by the studio, which will then syndicate it later. The other half will go to from the network, which has to be able to make half the cost of the program in order to make it viable on the air. So in this case, it looks like the Sci-Fi Network is just not making enough money off The Expanse, even though it is a much heralded program and a moderate success. It's just not a big enough success in order for Sci-Fi to keep it. However, there is a possibility on The Expanse, and what's going to happen is that perhaps one network or another, one streaming network, either Netflix or Amazon Prime, could pick it up. Now, in the United States, Amazon Prime has been carrying reruns of Season 1 and Season 2 of The Expanse, and in other countries, it's been Netflix. And so the producers of the Expanse have approached Amazon Prime and Netflix to see if some kind of deal could be made. So that could be something that we might see, but I think we need to give it a little help. Sometimes these services, while they take some chances, aren't going to take a chance with what they think is a losing show. So we need a little bit of mobilization. I heard from fellow nerd Grant Ritchie, who has a link to a website called change.org in which you can sign a petition to encourage Netflix and Amazon to negotiate and pick up this program. So maybe there'll even be a bidding war between them, who knows. So this is what we're asking you to do this time, is to see if you can't help us all enjoy The Expanse for a season or two more maybe by seeing if we can't convince Amazon or Netflix to pick it up. While we're at it, I'd like to point out that The Expanse is based on a series of books by James S.A. Corey. The first one was called Leviathan Awakes, and they are, by the comments that I've heard from other people, better than the show, if you can imagine that. The show is excellently done, but the books are also incredible. And I have gone as far as reading the introduction of one and am already hooked. And they're available on Amazon or your local bookstore. We hope that you might try to take that up. And if we aren't able to get the show back, perhaps you can enjoy it through the books, or read along with the books and see how far they go. I'm told that the TV show so far has been fairly close to the books insofar as you can film them. Obviously, the description of the Belters are somewhat different than you could ever film, because you have to use human actors unless you did just a whole lot of CG, which they probably couldn't afford to do, in order to create the very tall, lean type of people that are featured in the books as the Belters. They've done a pretty good job on the TV show, so I'm told. So that is as much as you can film, but apparently there's a lot more richness in the books, as you might expect, and it might be worth a read. So if you want to try it, I have links to how to get to the book, and also links to how to go to the petition drive for saving the show. It's at change.org. Down below in the comments, we'll give you the link in order to be able to sign the petition, electronically sign the petition, and help keep a good show still on the air. I'd like to hear from you. If you've read the books, tell me what you can tell me about them, and without giving away too much of the story, thank you. And what you think about the show if you've seen it. If you've not, it is on Amazon Prime right now, and in the United States, and on Netflix in other countries. It might be worth a watch if you have access to those services. So, as always, we'd invite you to, in addition to helping out the show by signing the petition, also hit subscribe here on this channel and ring the bell so that you can see our next video when it comes out. Until then, don't go far.